Going somewhere? When people pack a laptop bag, they usually make one of two mistakes. They either carry far more than they'll ever use, or they forget the one thing they really need. Today, I'd like to show you how I think about packing my MacBook so you can decide what belongs in your own bag. We're going to cover 3 common scenarios: daily commute, working from, say, a cafe, or longer travel. Now, my choices won't match everyone's, but hopefully they'll help you think through what belongs in your own setup. Backpacks need to support your workflow. And the biggest tip I have for anybody is to avoid rucksacks that masquerade as backpacks. And by that I mean everything you put into it just drops to the bottom and makes it almost impossible to retrieve the things when you need them. Be sure to look for backpacks that actually have different compartments and also use pockets to distribute the weight vertically, so not everything is at the bottom. It also makes things much more handy to retrieve. And when it comes to organization, think about what you would put in each compartment. For instance, this would be the laptop, maybe this would be for charging, and this one would be for office knickknacks. And also keep in mind, there's a big difference between 13-inch and 16-inch MacBooks, so make sure that you pick a backpack that's appropriately sized for what you work with. Once I've picked the backpack, the very next thing I think about is protecting the computer that's going inside of it. And I'd like to talk about the tomtoc Essence laptop sleeves. Tomtoc sent me these Essence sleeves to try, and they're sponsoring this portion of today's video. I've actually used their products for years, so this was an easy partnership to say yes to. As always, I promise my opinions are truly my own. The tomtoc Essence sleeves have a very soft interior and a nicely snug fit. There's also an excellent soft barrier around the laptop that protects it from the zipper. And while we're talking about the edges, you can see that there's 360-degree protection all around with durable materials. There's high resilience edges with tomtoc's patented corner armor protection. The sleeve offers a sleek and slim professional design, and you can add it to your backpack before you leave. It takes up very little space. And once you get where you're going, the handle makes getting it out a breeze, and it's comfortable to carry around by itself. Once I know my laptop is protected, the next question becomes, which sleeve fits the way I work? The Essence A35 model is tomtoc's protective design that goes anywhere with you. It's slim, minimal, has the grab handle, has a zippered space-saving accessory pocket. Tomtoc also offers a version of the Essence sleeve with the same protection and a bit more storage for when you need to bring a few more items. The model A34 has a front pocket with room for some peripherals, like a mouse, a charger, an SSD, a pen and notepad, and there's also a slim back pouch. Both models are thoughtfully designed for everyday carry. They protect your laptop and have room for your essentials. If you carry a charger and prefer using a mouse every day, I'd probably steer you toward the A34. If you're looking for the slimmer, minimal design, the A35 is a great choice. They're also water resistant, which is a nice peace of mind if you're caught walking through the parking lot when it's raining. And the sleeves come in several colors to match any style. Like I said, I've used tomtoc sleeves for years now. The Essence line clearly carries forward the same attention to detail. Based on my experience with tomtoc over the years, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend these to friends or family looking for a quality laptop sleeve. And there are Essence sleeves that are compatible with different laptops and even tablets. Learn more in the links in the description. While you're out and about, make sure you have the power you need. Now it starts with the cables. There are some nice cables out there that actually have several different tips on them. Lightning, USB-C, and Apple Watch here. And on the other end, you have both USB-A adapter on a USB-C. So this one cable has you covered in a lot of situations. And also be sure that you have at least one cable that handles data transfer. Heads up, many inexpensive cables only support charging. And speaking of chargers, if I'm working all day, I carry a multi-port charger, so one outlet can charge several devices. If I'm heading to a coffee shop for a couple of hours, I'd rather save space and carry something smaller. I also carry around a battery-powered portable charger. This one offers MagSafe, so it can connect to the back of my phone and charge through the MagSafe connection. And it also offers flexibility of a USB-C cable to plug directly into the phone if I want even faster charging. And one of the important things about a backpack is maintaining organization. And that means reducing clutter in your backpack, especially cable spaghetti. A good solution for that is a pouch organizer. You just zip it up and put it in. And let's keep in mind our input devices like our mouse, our trusty AirPods, and I always carry with me a set of wired earbuds because we all know Bluetooth audio connections can be flaky every now and then, and we've all had colleagues politely complain to us about poor call quality, and wired earbuds can save the day. Another great thing to have handy is a microfiber towel. This is really good for those dirty laptop screens or even your spectacles. And the next set of items are what I call little lifesavers. They're not really lifesavers, but maybe. First up, tissues, because you never know when your nose is going to act up. Next up, I take a few sanitizing wipes, put them in a Ziploc bag, and just in case there's old coffee rings at the cafe, I can take care of it. And then we got some hand sanitizer, just in case the restroom doesn't have soap. A small travel deodorant, just in case the meeting didn't go all that well. A protein bar, in case you're stuck in traffic and get the urge to snack. And I also carry around pen and sticky notes, just in case I need to write something like I'm sorry I dented your car door. And cough drops, just in case you get that tickle in your throat when the bigwigs are attending the meeting with you. And I also take along a couple of batteries for my mouse. And they might not be lifesavers, but I've got something for bad breath. And one last thing that gives me peace of mind is an AirTag. In a society where we can work almost anywhere or be expected to work almost anywhere, make sure you bring only what you need. So when you're working at the office or on site, your backpack kit should have you set to survive in the office or the work site. If you're at a cafe, minimize the load of what you need. You bring the protective sleeve, your MacBook, a charger, maybe. The nice thing about packing this way is that most of my decisions have already been made before I leave the house. Leave unneeded items at home or leave it in your backpack if you feel you must bring the backpack. And some practical habits when you're out in public. Don't leave your Mac unattended. If you come back from getting a refill and the MacBook is gone, you're really going to wish you'd have spent the 10 seconds to secure it. If you can't keep the backpack where you can see it, then keep the backpack where you can feel it. Under your chair with the strap looped around the chair leg, that's a good idea. And be sure to download any files you'll need before you leave home. Cloud storage is awesome, except when you can't connect to it. Longer trips and business travel is where my philosophy changes a bit. At home, I pack light. When I'm traveling, I become a little more intentional about backup items because replacing something isn't always easy. In these cases, I'm going to take a few extra cables, maybe another charger, definitely another portable battery. When traveling internationally, invest in a good international power adapter, and be sure to avoid plugging your 120 volt devices into 240 volt outlets in Europe because bzzz. Also, save one pocket in your backpack for important documents like your passport or your airport parking marker, someplace where they're nice and handy and you can get to them quickly. And when it comes to cruise vacations, there isn't a Best Buy around the corner, so I become a little more intentional about the backup items I bring along with me. Notice that I never tried to build the perfect bag. I tried to build a bag that supports the way I work. Think about where you use your Mac, what problems you're likely to run into, and pack for those, not for every possibility. Hopefully today's video gave you a few ideas for building a setup that works just as well for you. And keep those tomtoc Essence laptop sleeves in mind, and share this video if you think it'll help somebody you know. If this video gets a lot of views, tomtoc might actually help pay for some of my coffee habit. So until next time, have fun, stay safe, and keep learning.